article, The Country That Eats the Most Chocolate by Erica Martinez, published by Food Republic in 2024, it says that in 2024, people around the world consumed 7.5 million tons of chocolate. So clearly, chocolate is something that everybody loves. But how many of those people actually know what goes into chocolate or how it's made? We eat it all the time, but the process behind making chocolate is pretty interesting. Today, I'm going to inform you of the ingredients used to make chocolate and the steps of how it's made. From the very first step of harvesting cacao beans all the way to the chocolate bar that melts in your mouth. Before we look into the process, let's talk about what chocolate is made of. According to the National Confectioners Association article, Ingredients in Chocolate, published by the National Confectioners Association in 2025, the main ingredients of chocolate are cacao beans, which are seeds from the cacao tree, and they form the base of all chocolate. Next is cacao butter. This is the fat extracted from cacao beans. This is responsible for the smooth texture of chocolate. Next is sugar. This adds the sweetness to balance out the bitterness of the cacao. Next is milk. In milk chocolate, this is added for creaminess and flavor. And then lecithin, which is that right there. This is used as an emulsifier to help the ingredients blend together. It mixes the fats and water together. Now that we know the ingredients, let's talk about the steps it takes to make chocolate. In the 2023 article, From Bean to Bar, from World Cocoa Foundation, published by the World Cocoa Foundation, the steps to making chocolate include: step 1 is harvesting the cacao pods. The cacao tree is primarily grown in tropical regions like West Africa, South America, and Southeast Asia. The tree produces cacao pods which are harvested by hand. Inside these pods, you'll find cacao beans surrounded by a sweet-tasting pulp. Each pod contains about 30 to 40 beans, and it can take several pods just to make 1 pound of chocolate. The next step is fermentation and drying. After harvesting, the cacao beans are fermented for several days. This step is crucial for developing the flavor of the beans. The beans undergo a natural fermentation process in which microbes break down the pulp surrounding the beans, creating a chemical reaction that contributes to the development of the chocolate flavor. The beans are typically spread out in shallow containers such as wooden boxes on banana leaves and left to ferment for about 4 to 7 days depending on which region you're in. After fermentation, the beans are dried. This is usually done under the sun for several days, allowing the beans to reach a moisture level of about 7%. Proper drying is essential to prevent the mold growth and to preserve the flavor of the beans. Step 3 is roasting the beans. Once the beans are dried, they are roasted. Roasting is one of the most critical stages in developing the complex flavors of chocolate. The temperature and time of roasting vary depending on the type of chocolate being made and your desired flavor. The beans are roasted at temperatures between 250 and 350 degrees Fahrenheit, with the roasting process lasting anywhere from 30 minutes to 2 hours. According to the article, The Process of Making Chocolate, published by the Cocoa Research Center in 2018, roasting enhances the flavor and also loosens the outer shell of the beans, making it easier to extract the nibs, which are the edible part of the cacao bean. Step 4 is cracking the beans. After roasting, the cacao beans are cracked open. This process is done by placing the beans in a machine called the cracking machine, which breaks the beans into smaller pieces. The outer shells, which are bitter and not useful for making chocolate, are separated from the cacao nibs. The cacao nibs are then ground into a thick paste known as chocolate liqueur or cocoa mass, and chocolate liqueur does not contain alcohol. It is a pure form of chocolate made from finely ground cacao nibs. The grinding process generates heat, which causes the fat in the nibs to melt, creating a thick liquid paste. Step 5 is conching. Once the chocolate liqueur is made, it undergoes a process called conching. In this step, the chocolate mass is continuously mixed, often up to 72 hours in a conch machine. This process helps smooth the texture of the chocolate, reduces the acidity, and enhances the flavor. The chocolate mass is agitated, allowing the texture to become more uniform. The longer the conching process, the smoother the chocolate will be. Step 5 is tempering the chocolate. After conching, the chocolate is tempered. Tempering is a process of carefully cooling and reheating the chocolate to specific temperatures in order to align the cocoa butter crystals. Proper tempering ensures that the chocolate has a shiny appearance, a smooth texture, and it will snap when you break it. This step also helps the chocolate harden correctly and prevents it from melting too easily at room temperature. Step 7 is molding and cooling. Once the chocolate has been tempered, it is ready to be molded. The liquid chocolate is poured into molds which give it its final shape. The molds could be anything from bars to intricate shapes, depending on the manufacturer's design. After being poured into the molds, the chocolate is cooled and allowed to harden. This process helps solidify the chocolate and it makes it ready for packaging. Step 8 is packaging and distribution. Once cooled and solidified, the chocolate is removed from the molds, packaged, and shipped out for sale. In conclusion, making chocolate takes a lot of ingredients, steps, and patience. From the essential ingredients like cocoa, beans, sugar, and milk, to the lengthy steps of roasting, grinding, conching, and tempering, each part is crucial in creating the delicious chocolate we all love. So, next time you enjoy a piece of chocolate, think about all the hard work and time it took to make it. Thank you.